Diyos ug makagagahom nga Amahan, salamat sa mga grasya nga among nadawat, labi na sa gasa sa kinabuhi. Hinaot unta nga kami hatagan sa gasa sa pagsabot ug mahayagan ang among hunahuna ug among gilauman, ikaw magahatag kanamo sa proteksyon. Sa mga magtutudlo, magapadayon ang ilang kinasing-kasing nga pag-alagad. Una kami sa kalipay, aron mulambo ang tinuod na gugma ug kaluoy sa matag adlaw. Ining tanan among gilauman, sa ngalan ni Jesus, Amen. Bayang magiliw, perlas sa silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglay minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw nang luwalhatig pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Amay ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
The Department of Education, Division of TANGKUB City, in partnership with the local government unit of TANGKUB, presents ang TANGKUB, transforming advancement in the new normal, guiding K-12 learners under broadcast media, a TV-based instructional program crafted in response to the need of making education possible and accessible to students at the comfort of their homes. It covers the most essential competencies thematically layered in drama plays, which were originally written, directed, and performed by teachers to see to it that education is securely provided. This is ang TANGKUB.
It's TANGKUB, TANGKUB, TANGKUB time. We learn all things, it's very fun, masaya. Tugtog na.
Kumusta mga bata? Sa dili pa nato sugdan ang atong pagtulunan, ato usang balikan ang mga letra nga ato nang nakatunan. Atong nakatunan ang letrang K nga adunay tingog nga K. Karon mga bata, paminawon ang kanta sa letrang K.
Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang K. Basahon ta siya. Magbasa na kita sa kamayng letrang K. Basahon ta siya. Kay sama sa kalabasa, kalamansi, kasoy ug kamyas. Kay sama sa kamiseta, kwento, kanta ug kwenta. Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang K. Basahon ta siya. Basahon ta siya.
Mga bata, usba paglitok ang letrang K.
Kung inyong gibasa nga
K.
maayo mga bata.
Mga bata, usba paglitok ang tingog sa letrang K.
Kung inyong gibasa nga maayo mga bata.
Ato usab nakatunan ang letrang U nga adunay tingog nga U. Karon mga bata, paminawon ang kanta sa letrang U.
Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang U. Basahon ta siya. Magbasa na kita sa gamayng letrang U. Basahon ta siya. Sama sa umaapaw, tanon, upat ug unom. Yung sama sa urbanidad, unlan, ulap ug ulan. Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang U. Basahon ta siya. Basahon ta siya.
Mga bata, usba paglitok ang letrang U.
Kung inyong gibasa nga
Ang U,
maayo mga bata.
mga bata, usba paglitok ang tingog sa letrang U. Kung inyong gibasa nga U. Maayo mga bata! Mga bata, nakatunan ang letrang Y nga adunay tingog nga Y. Karon mga bata, paminawon ang kanta sa letrang Y.
Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang Y. Basahon ta siya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Magbasa na kita sa gamayng letrang Y. Basahon ta siya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why sama sa yumayaman, yawihanan, yawi og yahong. Why sama sa ukulele, yarda, yate og yaya. Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang Y. Basahon ta siya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basahon ta siya. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mga bata, usba paglitok ang letrang Y. Kung inyong gibasa nga Y, maayo mga bata! Mga bata, usba paglitok ang tingog sa letrang Y. Kung inyong gibasa nga Y, maayo mga bata! Mga bata, ato usab nakatunan ang letrang A nga adunay tingog nga A. Karon mga bata, paminawon ang kanta sa letrang A.
Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang A. Basahon ta siya. Ah, 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 ah. Magbasa na kita sa gamayng letrang A. Basahon ta siya. Ah, 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 ah. Sama sa ampalaya, abukado, atis apa. Sama sa alindana, ahos, asin ug adlaw. Magbasa na kita sa dakong letrang A. Basahon ta siya. Ah, 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 ah. Basahon ta siya. Ah, 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 ah.
Mga bata, usba paglitok ang letrang A. Kung inyong gibasa nga A, maayo mga bata! Mga bata, usba paglitok ang tingog sa letrang A. Kung inyong gibasa nga A, maayo mga bata! Karon mga bata, ato ng sugdan ang atong pagtulunan karong adlawa. Andama ug paklia ang inyong self-learning materials, page 20. Diha inyong makita ang mga letrang K, letrang U, letrang Y, ug letrang A. Karon mga bata, paminawa ko ninyo kung unsaon ako pagbasa gamit ang tingog sa letrang K, letrang U, letrang Y, ug letrang A. K-u-i-a, kuya. Akong usbon pa nga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Akong balikon sa makausa mga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Akong usbon pa nga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Karon mga bata, magdungan kita sa pagbasa. Atong ilitok ang tingog sa letrang K, letrang U, letrang Y, ug letrang A. K-u-i-a, kuya. Atong usbon mga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Balikon nato mga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Usbon nato sa makausa mga bata. K-u-i-a, kuya. Maayo mga bata! Karon mga bata, kamo na pod ang magbasa. Ilitok ang tingog sa letrang K, letrang U, letrang Y, ug letrang A. Itudlo ug basaha ang unang linya. Itudlo ug basaha ang ikaduhang linya, mga bata. Itudlo na pod og basaha ang ikatulong linya, mga bata. Itudlo pagbalik ug basaha ang ikaupat nga linya, mga bata. Kung inyong gibasa nga K-u-i-a, kuya. Maayo mga bata! Karon mga bata, utruhan na pod pagbasa. Ilitok ang tingog sa letrang K, letrang U, letrang Y, ug letrang A. Itudlo ug basaha ang unang linya, mga bata. Itudlo ug basaha ang ikaduhang linya, mga bata. Itudlo o basaha ang ikatulong linya, mga bata. Itudlo og basaha ang ikaupat nga linya, mga bata. Kung inyong gibasa nga ku-ya, kuya. Maayo mga bata. Hangtod sa sunod nga higayon mga bata. Daghang salamat. Enjoy!
Gali na mag-science na kita, mag-observe o mag-discover ta, living things o non-living things, mga stars o mga planeta. Dali na mag-science na kita, mag-observe o mag-discover ta, living things o non-living things, mga stars o mga planeta, mga stars o mga planeta, mga stars o mga planeta.
Magandang umaga mga bata! Kumusta kayo sa araw na ito? Handa na ba kayo sa ating panibagong leksyon? Ako si Teacher Popoy. Sa araw na ito, ating sisimulan ang ating panibagong leksyon sa Filipino. Mga bata, basahin natin ang mga pangalan ng mga larawan na nagsisimula sa titik D. Ang titik D ay may tunog na D. Ngayon, kilalanin at babasahin natin ang mga pangalan na nasa larawan. Basahin natin ang mga pangalan ng daga, dagat, dahon, dalaga, dila, doktor, duyan, damit. Ngayon, basahin ninyo ang mga salita na makikita sa screen. Simulan na ninyo mga bata. Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na daga, tama mga bata. Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na dagat, Magaling mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na dahon, tama mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na dalaga, magaling mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na dila, tama mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na doktor, magaling mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na duyan, tama mga bata! Kung ang salita ay binasa ninyo na damit, magaling mga bata! Basahin naman natin ang mga parirala na may mga salitang nagsisimula sa titik D. Ang titik D ay may tunog na D. Basahin ang mga parirala na inyong makikita sa screen. Halimbawa mga bata, ang daga. Simulan na ninyo mga bata. Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang dahon, magaling mga bata! Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang dila, tama mga bata! Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang damit, magaling mga bata! Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang dagat, tama mga bata! Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang duyan, magaling mga bata! Kung ang parirala ay binasa ninyo na ang dalaga, tama mga bata! Ngayon mga bata, basahin na ninyo ang mga parirala na inyong makikita sa screen. Simulan na ninyo mga bata! Ngayon, babasahin ko uli ang mga parirala at alamin ninyo kung tama ba ang inyong pagbasa sa mga parirala. Ang dagat at ang dahon. Ang damit at ang dalaga. Ang doktor at ang dagat. Ang dila at ang duyan. Mga bata, basahin natin ang mga pangungusap na makikita sa screen. Simulan na ninyo mga bata. Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na may daga sa ilalim ng dahon, tama! Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na ang dalaga ay maganda, magaling! Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na mabait ang doktor, tama! Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na bughaw ang dagat, magaling! Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na napaso ang dila, tama! Kung ang pangungusap ay binasa ninyo na nasa duyan si bunso, magaling! Ngayon mga bata, basahin na ninyo ang isang tula na inyong makikita sa screen na pinamagatang dagat. Simulan na ninyo mga bata. Ngayon, babasahin ko ang tula at alamin ninyo kung tama ba ang inyong pagbasa sa tula. Dagat. Ito'y nilikha ng Diyos para sa tao. Malawak, maalat, at asul ang kulay nito. Iba't ibang uri ng isda at halamang dagat ang makikita rito, na pinagkukunan at ikinabubuhay ng ibang tao. Kaya dapat ipagmalaki at pasalamatan ang biyayang ito. Kung ang tula ay binasa ninyo katulad ng aking pagbasa, magaling mga bata! Para sa inyong unang gawain, mga bata, tingnan ang ibabang bahagi ng tula na inyong binasa at sagutin ang mga tanong na inyong makikita. At para sa inyong ikalawang gawain, mga bata, buksan ang ika-103 na pahina ng inyong Module D At para naman sa inyong takdang aralin, mga bata, gayahin at isulat ang titik D sa kursibong pagsulat nito. Hanggang sa muli mga bata, sana'y may natutunan kayo sa araw na ito. Enjoy!
sa atong klase sa kindergarten, dinhi sa tulungaan sa telebisyon. Mga bata, karong adlaw aduna na usab kitay bag-o nga leksyon. Andam na ba mo magkat-on mga bata? Ali na, magkat-on na ta! Kagahapon, atong nakat-unan ang bahin sa usa ka parte sa atong lawas. Mao ang liog o neck. Karong buntaga, magkat-on kita kabahin sa parte sa lawas. Mao ang baba o mouth. Mga bata, ato unang paminawon ang kanta kabahin sa parte sa lawas. Mga bata, atong nadungog ang kanta kabahin sa mga party sa lawas. Gihisgutan dito sa kanta ang baba o mouth. Karon mga bata, tan-awa ko ninyo. Akong gihikap ang akong baba o mouth. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa lawas. Akong usbon mga bata. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa atong lawas. Akong usbon sa makausa mga bata. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa atong lawas. mga bata na ako'y ipakita nga video. Ato kining tan-awon.
These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. I move my head, 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 head. I move my eyes, eyes, eyes. I move my nose, nose, nose. I move my ears, ears, ears. I move my mouth, mouth, mouth. I move my neck, neck, neck. I move my shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. I move my stomach, stomach, stomach. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. I move my arms, arms, arms. I move my elbows, elbows, elbows. I move my hands, hands, hands. I move my fingers, fingers, fingers. I move my legs, legs, legs. I move my knees, knees, knees. I move my feet, feet, feet. I move my toes, toes, toes. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes. I'm gonna move each body part and say it. Here we go. I move my head.
Mga bata, atong gikanta ang awit mahitungod sa body parts. Ug samtang kita nag-awit, atong nahikap ang usa ka parte sa atong lawas mao ang baba o mouth. Ang baba o mouth usa ka parte sa atong lawas. Usbon ko mga bata. Ang baba o mouth usa ka parte sa atong lawas. Akong usbon sa makausa mga bata. Ang baba o mouth usa ka parte sa atong lawas. Karon mga bata, oras na aron kamo napod ang mubuhat sa paghikap sa inyong baba o mouth at tubangan sa inyong mama. Sige, atubanga ang inyong mama o hikapa ang inyong baba o mouth o isulti kini. Ma, mao kini ang akong baba o mouth. Sige, sulayin na mga bata. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo nang nabuhat, maayo! Ngayon, buhatan na pud kini at tubangan sa inyong papa. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo nang nabuhat, very good! Buhatan na pud kini at tubangan sa imong ate. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Inyo nang nabuhat, maayo! Ngayon, buhatan na usab kini ngadto sa kauban ninyo sa inyong balay. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo nang nabuhat, very good! Karon mga bata, oras na para sa inyong unang buluhaton. Diha sa inyong self-learning material, inyong makita nga adunay giputos sa usa ka papel. Sa sulod sa putos, mao ang ginunti nga drawing. Ang inyong buhaton, i-plaster kini o i-arrange aron makita kung unsa ang maporma. Ug kung inyo kini na maporma, ipatapot kini sa blanko nga papel. Sugdi na ang buhat ninyo mga bata. Alang sa inyong dugang nga buluhaton, subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini og pula. Akong musbon mga bata. Subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini og pula. Akong usbon sa makausa mga bata. Subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini og pula. Ug dinhi natapos ang atong klase sa kindergarten karong adlaw. Hangtod sa sunod higayon. Daghang salamat mga bata. Bye-bye.
This is the way we speak. This is the way we read. This is the way we write. This is the English way. This is the way we speak. This is the way we read. This is the way we write. This is the English way. Come and learn to speak and write of the language of the world. Learn to understand the language of the world. This is the way we speak. This is the way we read. This is the way we write. This is the English way. This is the way we write. This is the English way.
Kumusta mga bata? Welcome sa atong klase sa kindergarten. Dinhi sa tulungaan sa telebisyon. Mga bata, karong adlaw aduna na usab kitay bag-o nga leksyon. Andam na ba mo magkat-on mga bata? Ali na, magkat-on na ta. Kagahapon, atong nakatunan ang bahin sa usa ka parte sa atong lawas. Mao ang liog o neck. Karong buntaga, magkat-on kita kabahin sa parte sa lawas. Mao ang baba o mouth. Mga bata, ato unang paminawon ang kanta kabahin sa parte sa lawas.
toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. Head, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, neck, shoulders, stomach, arms, elbows, hands, fingers, legs, knees, feet, toes.
Mga bata, atong nadungog ang kanta kabahin sa mga party sa lawas. Gihisgutan dito sa kanta ang baba o mouth. Karon mga bata, tan-awa ko ninyo. Akong gihikap ang akong baba o mouth. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa lawas. Akong usbon mga bata. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa atong lawas. Akong usbon sa makausa mga bata. Mao kini ang baba o mouth. Usa sa party sa atong lawas. Ug karon mga bata, na ako'y ipakita nga video. Ato kining tan-awon.
These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. I move my head, 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 head. I move my eyes, eyes, eyes. I move my nose, 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 nose. I move my ears, ears, ears. I move my mouth, 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 mouth. I move my neck, 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 neck. I move my shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. I move my stomach, 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 stomach. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. I move my arms, 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 arms. I move my elbows, elbows, elbows. I move my hands, 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 hands. I move my fingers, fingers, fingers. I move my legs, legs, legs. I move my knees, knees, knees. I move my feet, 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 feet. I move my toes, toes, toes. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. These are the parts of my body from my head to my toes I'm gonna move each body part and say it, here we go. I move my head.
Mga bata, atong gikanta ang awit mahitungod sa body parts. Ug samtang kita nag-awit, atong nahikap ang usa ka party sa atong lawas, mao ang baba o mouth. Ang baba o mouth, usa ka party sa atong lawas. Usbon ko mga bata. Ang baba o mouth, usa ka party sa atong lawas. Akong usbon sa makausa mga bata. Ang baba o mouth, usa ka party sa atong lawas. Karon mga bata, oras na aron kamo na pod ang mubuhat sa paghikap sa inyong baba o mouth at tubangan sa inyong mama. Sige, atubanga ang inyong mama o hikapa ang inyong baba o mouth o isulti kini. Ma, mao kini ang akong baba o mouth. Sige, sulayin na mga bata! Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo nang nabuhat, maayos! Ngayon, buhatan na pud kini at tubangan sa inyong papa. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo na ang nabuhat, very good! Buhata na pud kini at tubangan sa imong ate. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Yan ang nabuhat. Maayo! Ayun. Buhatan na usab kini ngadto sa kauban ninyo sa inyong balay. Nabuhat na ba ninyo mga bata? Kung inyo nang nabuhat, very good! Karon mga bata, oras na para sa inyong unang buluhaton. Diha sa inyong self-learning material, inyong makita nga adunay giputos sa usa ka papel. Sa sulod sa putos, mao ang ginunti nga drawing. Ang inyong buhaton, i-plaster kini o i-arrange aron makita kung unsa ang maporma. Ug kung inyo kini na maporma, ipatapot kini sa blanko nga papel. Sugdi na ang buhat ninyo mga bata. Alang sa inyong dugang nga buluhaton, subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini o pula. Akong musbon mga bata. Subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini o pula. Kung usbon sa makausa mga bata. Subaya ang putol-putol nga linya aron maporma ang usa ka baba o mouth. Dayon, kolore kini o pula. Kung dinhi natapos ang atong klase sa kindergarten karong adlaw. Hangtod sa sunod higayon. Daghang salamat mga bata. Bye-bye.
Alamin ang teknolohiya sa agrikultura at pangkabuhayan upang umunlad ang ating bayan sagana sa likas na yaman. Halika na mag-ipipina, ipipina, ipipina. Halika na, mag-aral na. Alamin ang teknolohiya sa agrikultura at pangkabuhayan upang umunlad ang ating bayan sagana sa likas na yaman. Halika na mag-ipipina, ipipina, ipipina. Halika na, mag-aral na. Ipipina, 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 ipipina.
Tanggap City, simply home. Tanggap City, simply home. This is our place, Tanggap City. There is so much you can see. A paradise from nature's best. It's a beauty among the rest. Rich in culture and history, it has a colorful festivity. One people in harmony, one people in great revelry. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Tanggub City, simply home. 25 years of cultural fame, endless beauty in silver years. Magical symbols every Christmas, people dancing on festivals. Golden years of prosperity, we are proud of this great city. One people, one destiny. Tanggub City is a place to be. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Gearing for progress and development, people remain focused to their commitment. Preserving the tradition of good values into Tanggub City, simply call our home. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Brighter future, Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City.
Kahit maraming problema, chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ang mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay.
Kahit maraming problema, chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ng mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama, abutin ang mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap, edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na, halina at magkakaisa, maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay, isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina!
Edukasyon sa pagpapakatao ang kailangan ng mundo upang matutong pakikipagkapwa-tao, mabuti ang loob at maginoo. Mag-aral na tayo ng ESP, mag-aral na tayo ng ESP.
Hello mga bata! Welcome now sa Malipayong Pagkaton! Kagahapon, inyong nakatunan ang shape nga. Ang sama nga shape? Very good! Circle! So karong adlaw, magkaton kita sa hustong pamaagi sa pagsulat sa circle. Sige. Pero, sa dili pa kita magtuon ni Ana, aduna ako'y kanta nga giandam para kaninyo. Ang title sa kanta, Circle. Sige, kantahon sa ni Teacher Charlene B. Ako si Circle, 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 makitabi sana sa may usa ka kilid, ligid, ligid, tuyok, tuyok pa. Sige daw, B. Kamu daw, B. Ako si Circle, 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 makitabi sana sa may usa ka kilid, ligid, ligid, tuyok, tuyok pa. Very good! Sige, magsugod na kita.
Mao ka na ang mga butang nga ang porma circle. Unsa man ka na? Nindot kayo na gamiton kung magsayaw ka. Sakto ka o ka tambourine. Unsa may shape or porma sa tambourine. Very good, circle. So unsa ka na? Circle ang tambourine. Very good. Kana mga bata, unsa man kana? Sakto ka o ka bola. Wow! Unsa may forma sa bola? Very good. Circle. So, circle ang bola. Kana mga bata. Unsa man kana? Correct. Drum. Unsa may shape or forma? Drum. Correct. Usa-usab ka circle. Circle ang drum. Very good. Kana mga bata, nakakita ka na bang ingon ana? Usa ka ligid. Unsa may shape or forma sa ligid? Sakto ka. Circle. Circle ang ligid. Kana mga bata, gali na. Katong gipangita nato. Correct. Orasan or sa English, clock. Unsa may forma sa orasan? Sakto ka, circle. So, circle ang orasan. Maayo na kaayo. Mga bata, mao kini ang hustong pamaagi sa pagdrawing og circle. Magsugod ikaw sa taas ug magdrawing ka og curve padulong sa ubos. Ug gikan sa ubos, pasa ka. Ibalik-balik lang kini mga bata aron ikaw makapurma og circle. Nakuha ba? Karon mga bata, atong sulayan pag-trace ang circle sa hangin. Sige daw, B. I-trace daw ang circle sa hangin. O, sugod ka sa taas, padulong sa ubos, ug sa ubos, pataas. Sunaan ninyo kanang nakita ninyo sa screen. Ana, very good na kaayo. Karon mga bata, it's activity time! Mao kini ang inyong buhaton. Andama ang lapis ug ang green nga Crayola. Isumpay ang putol-putol nga mga linya ug kuluran kini gamit ang green nga crayon or Crayola. Aduna ka may makita nga caterpillar. Aron kini mapurma nga caterpillar, inyo kanang isumpay ang putol-putol nga linya ug kini mahimong circle. Dayon kuluran kini ninyo og green nga Crayola. Nakuha ba mga bata? Karon mga bata, kuluran ang orasan gamit ang green nga Crayola. Aduna ka may makita nga orasan di ana ug inyo kanang kuluran o green nga Crayola. Karon ang inyong last nga buhaton, i-trace ninyo or isumpay ang mga putol-putol nga linya nga ay gagmay ug dagko nga mga circles. Inyo lang kanang i-trace. O kuluran ninyo bisag unsa ninyo nga Crayola. Nakuha mga bata? Very good. So karong adlaw, inyong nakatunan ang hustong pamaagi sa pagdrawing sa circle. Daghang salamat mga bata ug magkita-kita na usab kita sa sunod sa malipayong pagkaton. Bye-bye! Bye-bye, goodbye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, goodbye. Goodbye!
Mag-observe o mag-discover ta, living things o non-living things, mga stars o mga planeta. Dali na mag-science na kita, mag-observe o mag-discover ta, living things o non-living things, mga stars o mga planeta, mga stars o mga planeta, mga stars o mga planeta.
Hello mga bata! Welcome now sa Malipayong Pagkatun! Kagahapon, inyong nakatunan ang shape nga. Ang sama nga shape? Very good! Circle! So karong adlaw, magkatun kita sa hustong pamaagi sa pagsulat sa circle. Sige. Pero, sa dili pa kita magtuon ni Ana, aduna ako'y kanta nga giandam para kaninyo. Ang title sa kanta, Circle. Sige, kantahon sa ni Teacher Charlene B. Ako si Circle, 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 makitabi sana sa may usa ka kilid, ligid, ligid, tuyok, tuyok pa. Sige daw, B. Kamu daw, B. Ako si Circle, 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 makitabi sana sa may usa ka kilid, ligid, ligid, tuyok, tuyok pa. Very good! Sige, magsugod na kita. Mao ka na ang mga butang nga ang porma circle. Unsa man ka na? Nindot kayo na gamiton kung magsayaw ka. Sakto ka o ka tambourine. Unsa may shape or porma sa tambourine. Very good, circle. So unsa ka na? Circle ang tambourine. Very good. Kana mga bata, unsa man ka na? Sakto ka o ka bola. Unsa may porma sa bola? Very good. Circle. So, circle ang bola. Kana mga bata, unsa man kana? Correct. Drum. Unsa may shape or porma? Drum. Correct. Usa-usab ka circle. Circle ang drum. Very good. Kana mga bata, nakakita ka na bang ingon, ana? Usa ka ligid. Unsa may shape or porma sa ligid. Sakto ka, circle. Circle ang ligid. Kana mga bata, unsa gali na? Katong gipangita nato. Correct. Orasan or sa English, clock. Unsa may porma sa orasan? Sakto ka, circle. So, circle ang orasan. Maayo na kaayo. Mga bata, mao kini ang hustong pamaagi sa pagdrawing og circle. Magsugod ikaw sa taas ug magdrawing ka og curve padulong sa ubos. O gikan sa ubos, pasa ka. Ibalik-balik lang kini mga bata aron ikaw makapurma og circle. Nakuha ba? Karon mga bata, atong sulayan pag-trace ang circle sa hangin. Sige daw, B. I-trace daw ang circle sa hangin. O, sugod ka sa taas, padulong sa ubos, o sa ubos, pataas. Sunaan ninyo kanang nakita ninyo sa screen. Ana, very good na kaayo. Karon mga bata, it's activity time! Mao kini ang inyong buhaton. Andama ang lapis ug ang green nga Crayola. Isumpay ang putol-putol nga mga linya ug kuluran kini gamit ang green nga crayon or Crayola. Aduna ka may makita nga caterpillar. Aron kini mapurma nga caterpillar, inyo kanang isumpay ang putol-putol nga linya ug kini mahimong circle. Dayon kuluran kini ninyo og green nga Crayola. Nakuha ba mga bata? Karon mga bata, kuluran ang orasan gamit ang green nga Crayola. Aduna ka may makita nga orasan di ana ug inyo kanang kuluran og green nga Crayola. Karon ang inyong last nga buhaton, i-trace ninyo or isumpay ang mga putol-putol nga linya nga ay gagmay ug dagko nga mga circles. Inyo lang kanang i-trace. O kuluran ninyo bisag unsa ninyo nga Crayola. Nakuha mga bata? Very good. Sa karong adlaw, inyong nakatunan ang hustong pamaagi sa pagdrawing sa circle. Daghang salamat mga bata ug magkita-kita na usab kita sa sunod sa malipayong pagkaton. Bye-bye! Bye-bye, goodbye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, goodbye. Goodbye!
Alamin ang teknolohiya sa agrikultura at pangkabuhayan upang umunlad ang ating bayan sagana sa likas na yaman. Halika na magpipipina, ipipina, ipipina. Halika na, mag-aral na. Alamin ang teknolohiya sa agrikultura at pangkabuhayan upang umunlad ang ating bayan sagana sa likas na yaman. Halika na magpipipina, ipipina, ipipina. Halika na, mag-aral na. Ipipina, 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 ipipina.
Kahit maraming problema, chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ang mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw na sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay.
problema. Chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ng mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ng mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina.
Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City, simply home. This is our place, Tanggub City. There is so much you can see. A paradise from nature's best. It's a beauty among the rest. Rich in culture and history, it has a colorful festivity. One people in harmony, one people in great revelry. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Tanggub City, simply home. 25 years of cultural fame, endless beauty in silver years. Magical symbols every Christmas, people dance in all festivals. Golden years of prosperity, we are proud of this great city. One people, one destiny. Tanggub City is a place to be. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Gearing for progress and development, people remain focused to their commitment. Preserving the tradition of good values into Tanggub City, simply call our home. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Brighter future, Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City,
The tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess can make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. So if you're mad, get mad. Don't hold it all inside. Come on and talk to me now. Hey, what you got to hide? I get angry too. Well, I'm a lot like you. When you're standing at the crossroads and don't know which path to choose, let me come along. 'Cause even if you're wrong, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Take me into your darkest hour, and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you. And when the night falls on you, baby, you're feeling all alone. You won't be on your own. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Take me into your darkest hour, and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Sa Pilipino, natuto tayo magbigay
My name's Eep.
Bring it, stop.
It's news! And we're the world's first family, the Crudes.
Another glorious morning.
Dad always says the pack stays together.
That's my girl. Seatbelt mode.
Now we're searching for a perfect place to call home.
Juan, anak, matulog ka na at gabi-gabi na. Paalala lang ha,
The end of the
na
world.
maaga ang alis natin bukas.
Opo, Inay. Tatapusin ko muna ito. Malapit na matapos.
O ano ba yung pinanood mo, Juan, at ayaw mo mabibig?
The Crudes po, Inay. Dito po, nalalaman ko ang uri ng pamumuhay ng caveman. At saka, ang pagbabago ng kanilang pamumuhay sa paglipas ng maraming taon. O, ayan po, Inay. Tapos na.
Indonesia's Meteorology, Climatology, and Geophysical Agency reported a magnitude of 4.9 quake in the Philippines. In the Philippines, near the city of Boracay, only 13 minutes ago, the earthquake hit in the evening on Thursday, 19 on the November 2020 at 8:14 p.m. local time at a moderately shallow depth of 30 kilometers. Weak shaking might have been felt in Boracay, population of 132,100, located 4 kilometers from the epicenter. Pagadian, population of 186,900, 5 kilometers away. Labangan, population of 10,800, 10 kilometers away. Cagawasan, population of 2,200, 12 kilometers away. Tukuran, population of 13,100, 13 kilometers away. Mantampay, population of 265,000, 92 kilometers away.
Nabasa ko na kanina ang balitang iyan sa newspaper. Hay nako, talagang nakakabahala na ang balita ngayon. Dahil marahil sa pagbabago ng klima na epekto ng globalisasyon.
Tama ka, Inay. Maaaring malaking dahilan ng climate change sa globalisasyon. Yan kasi ang tinalakay namin ni Teacher Esther kanina.
Talaga na? Speaking of globalisasyon, talagang naaapektuhan ng malaki ang ekonomiya at politikal na kalagayan ng mga bansa sa daigdig. O sige anak, good night! Oh, teka muna, tapos ka na bang mag-toothbrush at maglinis ng buong katawan?
Opo, Inay. Tapos na po. Sige po. Good night din po, Inay.
pwede na akong matulog.
Morning mga anak!
Good morning, Itay!
Good morning din, Haniban!
Good morning, Hanibans!
Ready na ba ang lahat?
Yes!
Yes, Daddy.
Yun, let's go!
Oh, ready na ba kayo mga anak? Parang matamlay ka, Juan. Naku! Parang may sinat ka. 3 oras pa naman ang biyahe natin patungo sa tito mo. Teka lang, kukuha mo na ako ng thermometer. $37.5. Hindi kasi natulog ng maaga. O ito, inumin mo ang gamot at matulog ka sa biyahe.
Sorry po, Inay.
Oh, ikaw naman yan, Josephine. Ano namang pinagkakaabalahan mo dyan?
Kasi Nay, may research po kasi kami Nay. Wala na ako ibang time, kaya sinulit ko na lang ito sa biyahe natin.
Naku, naku naman itong batang to. Pwede namang paglaan na ng oras niyan pagdating natin doon. Sasakit ang mata mo niyan.
Oo naman eh.
Oo nga anak, ang lakas ng volume kahit naka-headset kayo naririnig ko. Alam mo bang sa lakas ng radar niyan ay pwedeng masira ang tenga mo?
Talaga po ba, Tay? Sorry po, hindi na po mauulit.
Paki-turn on naman ang FM station para makapag-relax naman itong mind ko.
Right away, honey buns!
Magdadrive ko hanggang Baguio. Magdadrive ko hanggang Bicol. Magdadrive ko hanggang...
Nay, malapit po ba tayo? Ang ganda sana ng panaginip ko. Nandun daw kami sa museo. Sayang, nagising ako kaagad. Marami pa sana akong matutunan.
Ay, nako. Bunga ng sinat lang yan.
Isasama ko kahit sino.
Ay, thanks God. 36.5. Buti na lang, hindi na uwi sa lagnat ang sinat mo kanina.
Nay, bakit po honey buns ang tawagan niyo ni tatay?
Kasi anak, iyang honey ay matamis na. Tapos, ang kasama sa Cebuano term ay uban. Kaya, honey buns. Matamis kasi kasama si tatay.
You're making me kilig, kilig na kilig. You're making me kilig, kilig na kilig. You're making me kilig, kilig.
Kaya pala hindi ko naririnig na tinatawag mong honey bun si tatay kapag may hindi kayo napag-uunawaan.
Piliyo ka talaga, anak.
Kung ako'y mahimong baboy, ihikot sa inyong silong. Kung aduna mo'y kaluoy, makaon lamang huktai. Kung wala'y baboy sa inyong silong.
May pamilya ka ba?
Opo, yung tatay ko may sakit. Yung nanay ko naman walang trabaho, kaya napilitin ako mag ganito.
O heto, tanggapin mo ito, tsaka ito na ring pera. Huwag ka nang maglimos ha. Delikado ang panahon na yon kasi may COVID-19, kaya kung pwede, umuwi ka na.
Opo, maraming salamat po. Maraming tulong dyan sa pamilya ko po. Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Believe talaga ako sa'yo, Tay. Ang bait-bait mo. Hindi ka nag-alinlangang natulungan siya kahit hindi naman kita sa postura niya na nangangailangan siya ng tulong.
Alam mo anak, ang pagiging mabuti sa kapwa-tao ay isang magandang hiyas na may pamamana namin sa inyo.
Oo, huwag nating ibatay sa itsura ng tao ang pagbabahagi natin ng kabutihang loob. Huwag tayong mamili kung sino ang ating tutulungan. Pag may nangangailangan at siyempong may maibibigay tayo, huwag nating ipagkait sa kanila ang kunting sayang maibabahagi natin.
Swerte talaga namin sa inyo, Nay, Tay. Di ba, Kuya?
Tama.
Honey Buns, pakicheck na sa Google Map kung ilang kilometro pa mula rito.
Oo nga, ilang oras na tayong nagbibiyahe at medyo malayo-layo na rin ang nararating natin. Honey Buns, mga 20 kilometro pa ang layo mula rito.
Maiba tayo, Honey Buns. May kasamahan ako sa trabaho na nagdi-deal sa akin ng kanyang palayan. Matinding pangangailangan daw. Saktong-sakto, naghahanap tayo ng additional income.
Talaga? Gaano kalaki ang area?
50 by 20, Honey Buns. Sabay nating tingnan ang area pagbalik natin sa Tanggub.
Desidido ako dyan, Honey Buns.
Yun.
Kasi hindi man palagi iyan sa pang-araw-araw na konsumo sa bawat pamilya. Lalo pat present palagi iyan sa bawat okasyon.
Tama. Alam mo ba, Honey Buns, yan din ang iniisip ko. Lalo na ngayon sa panahon ng pandemya, makatutulong ang papasuking business natin bilang dagdag supply ng bigas sa market.
Naglang ko ng pagkain, burger, fries, tapsilog at siopaw. Magdalay ko.
Tankaniki no tomo nori, hisakata no hikari no dokeki, haru no hiri, shizukokoro naku, hana no chiruramu. Tankaniki no tomo nori, hisakata no hikari no dokeki, haru no hiri, shizukokoro naku, hana no chiruramu. Hisakata no hikari no dokeki, haru no hiri, shizukokoro naku, hana no chiruramu. Hatsushigure, saru mo komino wo hoshige nari. Hatsushigure, saru mo komino wo hoshige nari. Haiko ni basho. Hatsushigure, saru mo komino wo hoshige nari. Hatsushigure, saru mo komino wo hoshige nari. Hatsushigure, saru mo komino wo hoshige nari. Haiku ni basho, 初しぐれ猿も小みのを欲しげなり俳句に場所初しぐれ猿も小みのを欲しげなり
Ginoong Juan de la Cruz! Juan de la Cruz!
Po!
Nagde-dreaming ka na naman!
Opo ma'am, binibining Santa Maria. Sorry po. Ma'am, maaari po bang marinig muli yung tula?
Yan kasi, hindi nakikinig.
初しぐれ猿も小みのを欲しげなり初しぐれ猿も小みのを欲しげなり俳句に場所
Mahusay po ang pagkabigkas ma'am. Puno ng emosyon at may buhay.
Magaling. Umupo ka na, Juan.
Salamat po ma'am.
Ngayon, ano ang pagkakatulad ng kultura nating mga Pilipino sa kultura ng mga Hapon? Pakinggan natin ang sagot ni Sarah.
Ang pagkakatulad ng kultura ng mga Hapon sa kultura nating mga Pilipino ay ang pagiging magalang sa pananalita at paraan ng pagkilos. Tulad ng pagbati sa nakasalubong at pagpapakita ng paggalang.
Mahusay, Sarah. Palakpakan natin siya. Okay, at dahil time na, bilang takdang aralin ninyo, ipapasa ito bukas. Isulat ninyo kung ano ang mensahe ng mayakda sa likod ng mga matatalinghagang salita. Maliwanag ba?
Yes, ma'am.
At ikaw, Juan,
Po ma'am.
dahil hindi ka nakinig kanina, ikaw ang unang magpapresenta bukas. Naunawaan mo ba?
Opo ma'am. Ma'am, sorry po.
Uy, ano ba yung iniisip mo kanina at malayong-malayo ang tingin mo?
Wala yun. Tara, tayo na. Sabay na tayo.
Hulog.
Uy! Ayan! Nagmamadali ka na naman. Ano to? Picture mo na nag-warm up ka?
Akin na. Salamat ha. Cool of nature eh.
Hello, good morning. This is Miss Santa Maria of TANGKUB City National High School. May I help you po?
Hello ma'am, good morning din po. This is Mr. San Jose, father of Josefa. I've got a letter from you just now at nalaman ko na medyo behind siya sa klase pagkat palagi siyang late. Are you really sure about this ma'am? Maaga ko siyang inihahatid dyan sa paralan.
Excuse me po, sir. Lalabas muna ako ng classroom, ha? Para pag-usapan yung tungkol sa anak niyo. Sandali.
Uy, Judith, akala ko tapos mo nang basahin yan.
Just review reading. I just like the story.
Ano ba naman tong katabi ko?
Oh,
Judith,
no sabi?
para sa'yo, happily given.
Partily given nga. Lusaw naman. Di bale, salamat Pedro.
Ang akin, wala. Pambihira naman to. Parang si Judith lang yung kaibigan niya.
Parang pag-ibig ko lang yan sa'yo. Unti-unti nang nalulusaw sa kakaantay kung kailan ko matatanggap ang matamis mong buhay.
Ang sabihin mo, nalusaw na yan sa sobrang init ng disturbo mo kay Judith.
Ikaw naman? Ay, okay. Wait, munti ko na nakalimutan. Okay, since marunong ka naman sa English, paki-double check naman tong advocacy speech tungkol sa mental health para bukas.
Isa lang nakikita kong parang hindi akma sa salita. Instead na power, palitan mo ng empower.
Naman kayong ganyan, guys! Pakinggan nyo nga yung mga sarili nyo. Wow ha, ang perfect nyo.
Oo nga, lahat tayo ay may pantay-pantay na buhay at tungkulin. Marunong naman tayong gumalang, pareho naman tayong estudyante, at may pantay-pantay na karapatan.
Good morning, class!
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Anong kaguluhan ang narinig ko kanina? Pedro?
Wala po, ma'am.
Okay. Before we will start our class discussion today, let us check first your assignment about your illustration of polynomial functions.
Alam nyo, naawak kay Josefa. Malapit na kaibigan ng tatay ko yung tatay niya. Mabait naman yun eh. Kaya nga lang, napasama sa maling impluensya ng barkada. Kaya ayun, napabiso, sugal, droga, maaga na buntis. Nagluko para umuwi yung mga magulang niya. Pero wala eh, hindi pa rin umuwi. Kaya ayun yung nangyari.
Lahat naman tayo, alam yung kwento ng buhay niya. Pero believe nga ako sa kanya eh. Kasi natuto siyang bumangon at magbago.
Nakarelate ako sa nabasa ko nobela. Kahawig ng istorya niya. Kaya nga nagpapasalamat ako at may mga magulang na gumagabay sa akin. Believe ako sa'yo, Juan.
Sa akin, believe ka rin ba?
Ewan ko sa'yo.
Okay, may tinapay pala ako dito sa bag ko. Halit, pagsaluhan natin.
Siya nga pala, Juan. Nakita ko to. Naiwan mo sa desk mo kahapon.
Ay, salamat. Binasa mo ba?
Oo naman. Kaya pala wala ka sa sarili mo kahapon.
Babasa naman!
Grade 7 Mathematics. Today is another brand new day to learn another lesson in mathematics. Dito sa nag-isang programa nyo, ang TANGKUB. We learn all things, ang saya! Ready na ba kayo? Hooray! Now, let us begin. Now, let's start with some trivia. Do you know that a small paper clip weighs about 1 gram? The thickness of an ID plastic card is about 1 millimeter. 1 teaspoon of liquid is about 5 milliliters. The normal human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Now, you know it. Now, let's go back to our trivia. A small paper clip weighs about 1 gram. The first trivia talks about measures of weight. The thickness of a plastic ID card is about 1 millimeter. This talks about length. 1 teaspoon of liquid is about 5 milliliters. This is about capacity or volume. The normal human body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. This is about temperature. Now learners, to know more about the measures of length, weight, volume or capacity, and many more, stay tuned and listen very carefully, for today we will tackle a new lesson. This is measurement. One of the earliest tools that human beings invented was the unit of measurement. Measurement is very important in our daily lives. We need to answer questions that begin with how long, how far, how much, and so on. All these questions require some kind of measurement before they can be answered. What is measurement? Measurement is the act or process of measuring. It is classified into two. First, the non-standard units of measurement. Second, the standard units of measurements. Non-standard units of measurements like digit, hand, handspan, foot, cubit, and pace were some body parts used as tools by the ancient Greek and Roman civilization in measuring objects. This type of measurement is not standard since the size of the human body varies from person to person. Second, the standard units of measurement. These units are also classified into two types. The English system like inch, foot, and yard, and the metric system like meter, centimeter, and kilometer. The metric system is the most common system of measurement used in the world today because computations are easier in this system. This system is also convenient and practical to use. Moreover, the unit of measure depends on the quantity or item to be measured. Just like when you buy gasoline by liter, mangoes by kilogram, and ice cream by gallon. You get the distance between two buildings in meters and between two cities or towns in kilometers. Speaking of distance, this has something to do with our first lesson today, and that is the measures of length. To start, let's watch this scene.
Honey Buns, pakicheck na sa Google Map kung ilang kilometro pa mula rito.
Oo nga, ilang oras na tayong nagbibiyahe at medyo malayo-layo na rin ang nararating natin. Honey Buns, mga 20 kilometro pa ang layo mula rito.
Notice that the distance they need to travel to reach their destination is 20 kilometers. Note that we use the unit of length when getting the distance. Also in measuring the length, width, and thickness of any objects. Some of the tools used in measuring length are ruler, tape measure, and meter's tape. Now, what is the basic unit of length? Meter or m is the basic unit of length. It is derived from the Greek word metron, which means a measure. Here are the common metric units of length and their equivalent. A kilometer or km is equivalent to 1,000 meters. A hectometer or HM is equivalent to 100 meters. A decameter or DAM is equivalent to 10 meters. A meter or M is 1 meter. A decimeter or DM is equivalent to 0.1 meter. A centimeter or cm is equivalent to 0.01 meter. A millimeter or mm is equivalent to 0.001 meter.
Here are some objects that illustrate the units of length in metric system. The average length of a window is about 1 meter. The width of a micro SD is about 1 centimeter. The thickness of a needle is about 1 millimeter. Observe the given objects. Notice that the unit of measurements used are meter, centimeters, and millimeters respectively. In measuring depends on the size of the object.
Now, what do you think will be the most realistic unit of measure for each of the following? First, the size of your waistline. Correct. You would use centimeter. Second, the distance from your house to school. Very good. You would use meter or kilometer, depending on how far your school from your house. Third, thickness of a notebook. Very good. You would use millimeter or centimeter, depending on how thick a notebook is.
Now, let us write the appropriate unit of measurement used to approximate the measure of length of each of the following. The average height of a Filipino is 1.56 Correct, meters. The distance between two cities is 102 Absolutely, it's kilometers.
Millimeter, centimeter, and decimeter are metric units used to measure short lengths, while meter and kilometer are metric units used to measure long lengths and distances. Do you understand? Good.
Now, to proceed, let's watch another scene.
Parang matamlay ka, Juan. Naku! Parang may sinat ka. 3 oras pa naman ang biyahe natin patungo sa tito mo. Teka lang, kukuha mo na ako ng thermometer. Hindi kasi natulog ng maaga. O ito, inumin mo ang gamot at matulog ka sa biyahe.
Sorry po, inay.
Juan took a medicine because he has a slight fever. Do you notice the unit of measure used in medicine? Yes, medicine capsule or tablet is measured by its weight using milligram or mg.
Now, we will talk about the measures of weight and mass. What do you mean by mass? How about weight? Mass refers to the amount of matter in an object without considering location, whereas weight refers to the mass subjected to gravitational attraction.
Your mass remains the same regardless of where you are, but your weight can vary, and weight of a person varies with location. For example, you weigh lighter on the moon than on Earth because moon's gravity
is weaker than the Earth. Here are some objects that illustrate the units of weight in the metric system. A small cupcake can weigh 30 grams. A medicine capsule weighs 200 milligrams. One sack of rice is 50 kilograms. Many objects around us may be considered as light and heavy in weight. All objects' weight measured through the use of the different unit of measurement for weight. On our previous example, a small cupcake weighs using the unit gram. A medicine capsule weighs using the unit mg. And one sack of rice weighs using the unit kilogram. Now, if the basic metric unit of length is meter, how about the basic metric unit of weight? You're right, it is the unit gram. Gram or G is the basic metric unit for weight. It is used to weigh light objects. Weight is actually caused by the pull of the earth on an object. However, in our daily lives, it is weight that we measure. In the olden times, people used saluk in buying rice. But nowadays, it is bought by kilo, the popular name of kilogram or kg. The weighing scale or beam balance are some of the tools used in measuring weight. Here are the common metric units of mass and their equivalent. A metric ton or T is equivalent to 1,000 kilograms. A kilogram or kg is equivalent to 1,000 grams. A hectogram or hg is equivalent to 100 grams. A decagram or DAG is equivalent to 10 grams. A gram is equal to 1 gram. A decigram or DG is equivalent to 0.1 gram. A centigram or CG is equivalent to 0.01 gram. A milligram or mg is equivalent to 0.001 gram. Now, write the appropriate unit of measurement used to approximate the measure of weight of each of the following. Number 1. An average weight of a car is 2 Correct. T or tons. A bunch of banana can weigh up to 2 Very good. kg or kilogram. The weight of a 1-liter packed juice is about 25 You're right. G or grams. Do you get it? Great! Before we proceed, let's watch another scene.
Sa wakas, natapos na rin ako at pwede na akong matulog.
Do you see the unit of measure used in an alcohol? Yes, it is ml or milliliter. The alcohol container in the scene can hold a capacity of 150 ml or 150 milliliters of alcohol. Now, let's talk about volume and capacity. What is volume? How about capacity? Volume is the amount of space occupied by an object. The common metric units of volume are cubic centimeters and cubic meter. These units are obtained as the product of the object's length
width, and height. On the other hand, capacity is the amount of substance a container can hold. Here are some objects that illustrate the units of volume and capacity in the metric system. A standard Rubik's Cube, whose edge is 5.7 centimeters long, has a volume of 185.193 cubic centimeters. A bottle of 120 milliliters medicine syrup. A 1 liter of soft drink. The things mentioned are objects that use the unit of measurement for volume and capacity, just like when we buy something in the market or in the store. We usually say 1 liter of soft drink or 1 bottle of paracetamol syrup that is 120 ml. We may not know that these are already the units of measuring volume and capacity of certain objects. Now, if the basic metric unit of length is meter and in weight is gram, how about in measuring capacity? Very good. It is liter or L. Liter is the basic metric unit for measuring capacity. When we talk about how much liquid or objects in a cup, a water jug, and a basket can hold, we are referring to the capacity of the cup, water jug, and basket as containers. When we talk about how much juice should we drink, how much water is in the pool, and how much space a hollow blocks can occupy, then we are talking about volume. Here are the common metric unit for capacity and its equivalent. Kiloliter or KL is equivalent to 1,000 liters. Hectoliter or HL is equivalent to 100 liters. Decaliter or DAL is equivalent to 10 liters. Liter or L is equivalent to 1 liter. Deciliter or DL is equivalent to 0.1 liter. Centiliter or CL is equivalent to 0.01 liter. Milliliter or ML is equivalent to 0.001 liter. For examples, 1 glass of drinking water is about 240 milliliters. The size of a surgical face mask box is 13 cm by 19 cm by 13 cm or 1,521 cubic centimeters. Now, choose whether ml or L should be used as the appropriate unit of capacity. 1 sachet of shampoo contains 12 Right, ml. John buys 4 of gasoline. You're right. It's liter or L. Do you understand? Great! Now, let us watch another scene.
Parang matamlay ka, Juan. Naku! Parang may sinat ka. 3 oras pa naman ang biyahe natin patungo sa tito mo. Teka lang, kukuha mo na ako ng thermometer. Hindi kasi natulog ng maaga. O ito, inumin mo ang gamot at matulog ka sa biyahe.
Sorry po, inay.
Notice that Juan got slight fever. Checking his body temperature, what did his mother use? What was his body temperature? Yes, his mother used thermometer, and Juan's temperature is 37.5 degrees Celsius. This time, let's talk about measures of temperature. What is temperature? Temperature refers to the degree of hotness or coldness that can be measured using a thermometer. From the Greek word thermos means heat and metron means measured. The units used in measuring temperature are degree Celsius, Kelvin, and degree Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius is named after the Swedish astronomer Anders Celsius. Kelvin is named after the British physicist Sir William Thomson, Lord Kelvin. And degree Fahrenheit is named after the German maker Gabriel Fahrenheit.
The metric system uses Celsius and Kelvin as the unit of temperature, whereas degree Fahrenheit is used in English system. Temperature measures in Kelvin are usually seen in scientific work, whereas degree Celsius are often used to note the temperature of one's everyday activities.
Some temperatures that are often measured as follows. Atmospheric temperature, usually given in weather reports. Body temperature, used to determine illness. And oven temperature, used in cooking. You use the same scales in measuring all these temperatures, however, they have different ranges of temperatures.
The following are some examples to illustrate units of temperature. The normal human body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go back to Juan's situation. His body temperature was 37.5 degrees Celsius, which was above the normal. That is why he felt slight fever. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and its boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolute zero, which is 0 K, means the complete absence of heat and motion. So 0 K is equivalent to negative 273.15 degrees Celsius or negative 459.67 degrees Fahrenheit. A moderate oven temperature is 175 degrees Celsius.
Now, let's apply the appropriate unit of measure using the degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Number 1. Coffee is heated at 413 degrees Fahrenheit. Second, Jazzy has a high fever of 39 degrees Celsius. Number 3, the temperature in Bukidnon is 20 very good degrees Celsius. Do you get it? Good.
Now, let us proceed to measure of time. Consider the situation. Every girl's most awaited celebration is their 80th birthday. Have you noticed that some girls would tag their 80th birthday as a decade or 8? How many years do you think are there in a decade? Note that in measuring time, second or S is considered as the standard unit. Clocks and calendars are tools for indicating time. The two commonly used clocks are the 12-hour and 24-hour clocks. The 12-hour clock uses AM and PM to indicate hours before and after noon. The AM is an abbreviation of a Latin word antemeridium, means before midday, and PM is an abbreviation of a Latin word postmeridium, means after midday.
Here are the units of measuring time and their equivalents. 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. 1 week is equivalent to 7 days. 1 month is equivalent to 30 days. 1 year is equivalent to 12 months, which is equal to 365 days or 52 weeks. 1 leap year is equivalent to 366 days. 1 decade is equivalent to 10 years. 1 century is equivalent to 100 years. 1 millennium is equivalent to 1,000 years.
Let us examine again the situation we had earlier. Every girl's most awaited celebration is their 80th birthday. Have you noticed that some girls would tag their 80th birthday as a decade and 8? How many years do you think are there in a decade? To show, 1 decade is equal to 10 years. Therefore, a decade and 8 years is just equivalent to 18 years. Do you get it? Good!
Now, last but not the least is the measure of rate. To start with, consider this problem. Dean can travel 4 kilometers in 2 hours using his bicycle. What is his average speed? Note that average speed is a rate. A rate is always a quantity divided by the time taken to get that quantity, the elapsed time. We can solve this problem by average speed is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. Now, let's substitute the given. We now have average speed is equal to 4 kilometers divided by 2 hours. And this is equal to 2 kilometers per hour or 2 kph. Therefore, Dean's average speed is 2 kilometers per hour.
Rate is very important type of ratio. It is used in everyday problems, such as grocery shopping, traveling, medicine. In fact, almost every activity involves some type of rate. Kilometer per hour or meter per second are both rates of speed. Number of heartbeats per minute is called heart rate. The word per is always a clue that you are dealing rate.
Unit price is a particular rate that compares a price to some unit of measure. For example, suppose eggs are on sale for 60 pesos per dozen. The unit price is 60 pesos divided by 12 or 5 pesos per egg. The word per can be replaced by this symbol, the slash symbol in problems. So, 5 pesos per egg can also be written as.
Now, since you already learned about measurement, then it's time to get your activity sheets in this lesson and answer the given activities. Let us read the directions. Activity A. What's my unit? Write the appropriate unit of measurement used to approximate the measure of each of the following. Choose your answer from the box. Number 1 is done for you. Activity B. Let's do it. Solve the following. Show your solution if necessary.
Take your time in answering the activities.
Now, if you have questions or clarifications, you may contact the number of your teacher printed below your activity sheets. To end, always remember that life is like math.
Our success in life can also be measured not only by how much money we make,
but also by how much we brought impact to many lives. Grade 8 learners, stay tuned and get ready for Math 8 is coming next. Good luck and God bless everyone. Happy New Year!
Inihahandog ng Dibisyon ng Tangkub City ang iba't ibang kwento, aral, at kaalaman habang kayo ay nasa inyong mga tahanan. TV-based instruction.
Welcome back mga grade 8 mathematics. Today is another brand new day to learn another lesson in mathematics. Dito sa nag-isang programa nyo, ang TANGKUB. We learn all things, ang saya! Ready na ba kayo? Hooray! Now, let us begin. Now, let's play back the scene where Nanay noticed that Juan was not feeling well inside the car.
Parang matamlay ka, Juan. Naku! Parang may sinat ka. 3 oras pa naman ang biyahe natin patungo sa tito mo. Teka lang, kukuha mo na ako ng thermometer. $37.5. Hindi kasi natulog ng maaga. O ito, inumin mo ang gamot at matulog ka sa biyahe.
Sorry po, inay.
The temperature of Juan was 37.5. What happened after a moment when Nanay checked again his temperature? Let's play back another scene.
Nay, malapit po ba tayo? Ang ganda sana ng panaginip ko. Nandun daw kami sa museo. Sayang, nagising ako kagad. Marami pa sana akong matutunan.
Ay, nako. Bunga ng sinat lang yan.
The temperature of Juan is not the same anymore, but instead, it is lesser compared to his previous temperature. Mathematically, anything that is not the same or unequal is called inequality.
Now, learners, clear your thoughts and bear with us today, for we will tackle another lesson. This is linear inequalities into variables.
Last quarter, we have learned linear equations into variables, its forms, its solutions, and even graphs. Now, how do you think it differs from linear inequalities into variables? Well, we will know the difference after we get to know more about linear inequalities into variables.
Inequality means any relation between two expressions that are not equal, employing a sign such as greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than, or equal to.
A linear inequality in two variables is an inequality that can be written in one of the following forms. ax plus by is less than c. Ax plus by is greater than c. Ax plus by is less than or equal to c. Or ax plus by is greater than or equal to c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both equal to 0. Examples. This inequality can be read as 3x plus 7y is less than 2. This is read as 2y is greater than x minus 5. This can be read as y is less than or equal to 6x plus 11. This is 8x minus 3y is greater than or equal to 14.
One of the obvious differences between linear equations and linear inequalities is the symbol used. Linear equation is an equation. Thus, it uses only one symbol, the equal symbol, while linear inequality uses inequality symbols such as less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to.
This time, let us identify the following mathematical statements, whether linear inequality or linear equation in two variables. Y is greater than 2x plus 1. Correct. It is linear inequality. What about 5y is less than or equal to 7x? Very good. It is also linear inequality. What about 9y minus 8 equals 4x? That's right. It is linear equation. How about 3x plus 4y is less than 15? Very good. It is linear inequality. Y equals 6x plus 12. Exactly. It is linear equation. That's right. It is very easy to differentiate linear inequality and linear equation.
Another difference of a linear inequality from a linear equation is the graph. We know that a linear equation in two variables has infinitely many ordered pair solutions that form a line when graphed. How about the solutions of a linear inequality in two variables? A linear inequality with two variables, on the other hand, has a solution set consisting of a region that defines half of the plane. When a line is graphed in the coordinate plane, it separates the plane into two regions called half planes. The line that separates the plane is called the plane divider.
However, the boundary may not always be included in the set of solutions. A solid line is used when the inequality symbol is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, because of the or equal to, which means it is a part of the inclusive inequality. A dashed or broken line is used when the inequality symbol is less than or greater than, because these are the strict inequalities, meaning those points are not included in the solution set.
Now, how to graph linear inequalities into variables? First, replace the inequality symbol with an equal sign. The resulting equation becomes the plane divider.
Second, graph the resulting equation in step 1 by using tabular method or the slope-intercept form method. Note, the graph for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to is a solid line. The graph for less than and greater than is a dashed or broken line. Third, shade above the line for greater than and shade below the line for a less than. The shaded area indicates all the solutions or the solution set in a given linear inequality.
Now, let us have example. What is the graph of y is less than or equal to 2x minus 1? Following the steps, first, we replace the inequality symbol with an equal sign. From y is less than or equal to 2x minus 1, this will now become y equals 2x minus 1. The y equals 2x minus 1 will be now our plane divider. Step 2. Graph the resulting equation using tabular method or using the slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b. Using the tabular method, we now have this table. If x is equal to 0, y will be equal to negative 1. If x is equal to 0, we now have y equals 2x minus 1. Substitute x by 0, we now have y equals 2 times 0 minus 1. 2 times 0 is equal to 0. So we now have y equals negative 1. Now, the ordered pair, if x is equal to 0, is 0, negative 1. If x is equal to 1, then we now have y equals 2x minus 1. Substituting x by 1, we now have y equals 2 times 1 minus 1. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So we now have y equals 1. Now, the ordered pair, if x is equal to 1, is 1, 1. Now, if x is equal to 2, we now have y equals 2x minus 1. Replacing x by 2, we now have y equals 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So we now have y is equal to 3. This shows an ordered pair 2, 3. Plotting these points, we now have this is the point 0, negative 1. This is the point 1, 1. And this is the point 2, 3. Connecting the points, we have to use solid line because the inequality is y is less than or equal to. This includes the points on the line as a solution of the inequality. Step 3. We now have to shade the area. We have to shade the area below the plane divider because the inequality symbol is less than or equal to. The shaded region is the solution in the inequality y is less than or equal to 2x minus 1. Just like points 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2. These are some of the solutions because they are located in the shaded region, while the points negative 1, 3, negative 1, 5, 0, 4 are not part of the solutions. Note that you can choose any point on the shaded region to check if the shaded part satisfies the inequality.
Easy, right? Let's have another example. Graph the linear inequality 2y minus x is greater than 6. First step. Replace the inequality symbol with an equal sign. The given linear inequality becomes 2y minus x equals 6. This is the plane divider. Step 2. Graph the resulting linear equation using tabular method or using the slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b. Now, using the slope-intercept form, we rewrite first the resulting linear equation into the form y equals mx plus b and find its slope and y-intercept. Write first the given. We have 2y minus x equals 6. Applying the addition property of equality, we are going to add x to both sides of the equation. We now have 2y minus x plus x is equal to 6 plus x. And simplify. 2y minus x plus x is equal to 2y. 6 plus x is the same as x plus 6. To solve for y, apply the multiplication property of equality. Multiply both sides by 1/2. We have 1/2 times 2y is equal to the quantity of x plus 6 times 1/2. Simplify. 1/2 times 2y is equal to y. X times 1/2 is equal to 1/2 x. Positive 6 times 1/2 is equal to positive 3. We now have the slope-intercept form of the resulting equation. We have y is equal to 1/2 x plus 3. Now, we have the slope or m which is equal to 1/2 and the y-intercept or b which is equal to 3. To graph the plane divider 2y minus x is equal to 6, let us plot first the y-intercept or b which is 3. Now, this is the point 3 or the y-intercept. Next, to find another point of the line, we have to use the slope which is equal to rise over run. Since our slope is positive which is equal to 1/2, then from the point 0, 3, we are going to move 1 unit up, that is 1, then 2 units to the right, 1, 2. We have now the point 2, 4. Now, connect the 2 points using the broken line. Since the given inequality uses the inequality symbol greater than. This is now the plane divider. Step 3. Shade the area above the plane divider because the given inequality uses the symbol greater than. Therefore, this shaded region is the solution set of the linear inequality 2y minus x is greater than 6. Complicated? No! Let's wrap up. Now, you may ask, what makes linear equation different from linear inequalities? Well, the answer is simple. Again, when we say linear equation, it is an equation that uses only one symbol, and that is equal sign. While linear inequality uses 4 different symbols. We have less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than and equal to. Another is the solution set and its graph. A linear equation in 2 variables can have more than one solution, but these solutions fall exactly on the line. While the solutions of linear inequalities in 2 variables are the shaded region of what we call the half plane. Now, since you already know the difference between linear equation and linear inequalities and its graph, then it's time to get your activity sheets in this lesson and answer the given activities. Activity A, that's me. Determine which of the following is a linear inequality in 2 variables. Activity B, stained glass. Show the graph and describe the solutions of each of the following inequalities. Use the Cartesian coordinate plane below. Use the color indicated in each item below in shading its half plane. Item number 1 is done for you. Just take your time in answering the activities. Now, if you have questions or clarifications, you may contact the number of your teacher printed below your activity sheets. To end, just like math, life is full of inequalities. Sometimes it may be unfair, but always remember that life is a journey. We may see it unequal, but it has lessons to learn and experiences to enjoy. Grade 9 learners, stay tuned and get ready for Math 9 is coming next. Good luck and God bless everyone! Happy New Year!
Inihahandog ng dibisyon ng Tangkub City ang iba't ibang kwento, aral at kaalaman habang kayo ay nasa inyong mga tahanan. TV-based instruction.
Welcome back mga grade 9 Mathinics. Today is another brand new day to learn another lesson in mathematics. Dito sa nag-iisang programa nyo, ang TANGKUB. We learn all things, ang saya! Ready na ba kayo? Hooray! Now, let us begin. Now, let's play back the scene where the Honey Buns couple had a conversation while riding a car.
Honey Buns, pakicheck na sa Google Map kung ilang kilometro pa mula rito.
Oo nga, ilang oras na tayong nagbibiyahe at medyo malayo-layo na rin ang nararating natin. Honey Buns, mga 20 kilometro pa ang layo mula rito.
Maiba tayo, Honey Buns. May kasamahan ako sa trabaho na nagdi-deal sa akin ng kanyang palayan. Matinding pangangailangan daw. Saktong-sakto, naghahanap tayo ng additional income.
Talaga? Gaano kalaki ang area?
50 by 20, Honey Buns. Sabay nating tingnan ang area pagbalik natin sa TANGKUB.
Desidido ako dyan, Honey Buns. Kasi hindi man palagi iyan sa pang-araw-araw na konsumo sa bawat pamilya.
The Honey Buns couple talked about the palayan or rice field which was dealt to them as their additional income. What was the area again with the rice field? Well, since the dimension of the rice field is 50 by 20 meters, then calculating its area, it would be 1,000 meters squared. We know that the formula of area of rectangular figure is area equals length times width. Since the length is 50 meters and the width is 20 meters, Then we now have area is equal to 50 times 20 meters. 50 times 20 is equal to 1,000. Therefore, the area is equal to 1,000 meters squared. Now, talking about the area of rectangular figures or flat surfaces, note that this is one of the perfect examples of our lesson for today, which deals with another type of variation. This is joint variation. On our first episode, you have learned the concepts and applications in real life about direct and inverse variations. As a review, direct variation is an increase in one quantity causes an increase in the other quantity as well. Similarly, a decrease in one quantity causes a decrease in the other quantity. Example, the fare of passenger F varies directly as the distance d of his destination. The two quantities involved are fare and distance. This means the farther the distance of travel, the higher the fare. This can be translated into an equation as F is equal to K times D, where K is the constant of variation. In the inverse variation, the increase in one quantity causes a decrease in the other quantity or vice versa. Example, the number of cake slices S varies inversely as the number of persons P sharing the whole cake. The quantities involved are the number of cake slices and the number of persons sharing the whole cake. The more people sharing a whole cake, the lesser the share they will get. This can also be translated into an equation as S is equal to K over P, where K is the constant of variation. You have noticed that in the direct and inverse variations, there are only two quantities involved. What if the situation requires the use of more than two quantities? Well, if that's the case, then that situation shows joint variation. What is joint variation? Joint variation occurs when one quantity varies directly as the product of two or more other quantities. Some physical relationships are in area or volume, may involve three or more variables simultaneously. Now, to illustrate joint variation statement, let us use our example a while ago, which was all about the area of the rice field. Now, we have the statement, the area A of the rice field varies jointly as its length, L, and width, W. Now, there are three quantities involved here. These are area, length, and width. This situation or statement simply means that the area of the rice fields depends on the measure of its length and width. Now, we can translate this joint variation statement into an equation. We have A is equal to K times L times W, where K is the constant of variation. This time, let us have more examples about translating joint variation statements into an equation, where K represents the constant of variation. First, A varies jointly as the product of B and C. This can be translated as into A equals K times B times C, where K is the constant of variation. Another, the area A of a triangle varies jointly as its base B and its height H. This can also be translated into an equation as A equals K times B times H, where K is again the constant of variation. The volume V of a rectangular solid varies jointly as the product of its length L, width W, and its height H. So this can be translated into an equation as V is equal to K times L times W times H, where K is the constant of variation. Do you get it? Good! Now let us proceed in solving problems involving joint variations. Let us have examples. Example number 1. The area of the rice field varies jointly as its length and width. Now, find the constant of variation, or K, when the area of the rice field is 1,000 square meters, when the length, or L, is 50 meters, and width, or W, is 20 meters. First, let us translate the statement, the area of the rice field varies jointly as its length and width, into an equation. We now have A is equal to K times L times W. Next, let's substitute the given values of A, or the area, L for length, and W for width to the equation. We now have 1,000 is equal to K times 50 times 20. Then simplify. K times 50 times 20 is equal to K times 1,000. We now have 1,000 is equal to K times 1,000. Now, to solve for K, or for the constant of variation, let us apply the multiplication property of equality, or the MPE. Multiply 1 over 1,000 to both sides of the equation. We now have 1 over 1,000 times 1,000 is equal to K times 1,000 times 1 over 1,000. Then simplify. 1 over 1,000 times 1,000 is equal to 1. 1,000 times 1 over 1,000 is equal to 1. Times K is equal to K. We now have 1 equals K. It is the same as K is equal to 1. Now, 1 is the constant of variation. Let us have another example. The area A of a rectangular garden varies jointly as its length L and its width W. The area of a rectangular garden A is equal to 108 meters squared, when L is equal to 9 meters and W is equal to 6 meters. Find K, or the constant of variation. Equation of the variation. Find the area A if the length is 11 meters and its width is 8 meters. First, let us solve for the K, or constant of variation. Translating the statement, area of a rectangular garden A varies jointly as its length L and its width W, into an equation. We now have A is equal to K times L times W. Next, substitute the given values of A, L, and W to the equation. We now have 108 is equal to K times 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is equal to 54. We now have 108 is equal to K times 54. To solve for the constant of variation K, apply the multiplication property of equality, or MPE. Multiplying both sides by 1 over 54, we now have 1 over 54 times 108 is equal to K times 54 times 1 over 54. 1 over 54 times 108 is equal to 2. 54 times 1 over 54 is equal to 1. So we now have 2 is equal to K, or K is equal to 2. Therefore, the constant of variation k is equal to 2. Next, we find the equation of the variation. Since k is equal to 2, therefore, substituting it to the equation A equals k times L times W, the equation of the variation now would become A is equal to 2 times L times W. Next, find the area A if the length is 11 meters and the width is 8 meters. First, we use the equation of the variation A is equal to 2LW, where 2 is the constant of variation or K. Next, substitute the values of L and W in the equation. We now have A is equal to 2 times 11 meters times 8 meters. Simplify. 2 times 11 is equal to 22. 22 times 8 is equal to 176. Therefore, the area if the length is 11 meters and its width is 8 meters is equal to 176 meters squared. Easy, right? Now, since you know already the concept of joint variation, then it's time to get your activity sheet in this lesson and answer the given activities. Let us read the directions. Activity A. Determine whether each of the following shows direct variation, inverse variation, or joint variation. Translate each into an equation using K as the constant of variation. Item number 1 is done for you. Activity B. Solve the following. Show your solutions. Just take your time in answering the activities. Now, if you have questions or clarifications, you may contact the number of your teacher printed below your activity sheets. To end, always remember that life is like math. Our life varies jointly as the product of our choices and goals. If our goal is to have a happy life, then choose to be happy because our happiness just depends on us. Grade 10 learners, stay tuned and get ready for Math 10 is coming next. Good luck and God bless everyone. Happy New Year!
Inihahandog ng Dibisyon ng TANGKUB City ang iba't ibang kwento, aral at kaalaman habang kayo ay nasa inyong mga tahanan. TV-based instruction.
Welcome back mga grade 10 Mathenics! Today is another brand new day
to learn another lesson in mathematics. Dito sa nag-isang programa nyo, ang TANGKUB. We learn all things, ang saya! Ready na ba kayo? Hooray! Now, let us begin. Let's play back the scene where the math teacher asks for their mathematics assignment.
Good morning, class!
Good morning, ma'am.
Anong kaguluhan ang narinig ko kanina? Pedro?
Wala po, ma'am.
Okay. Before we will start our class discussion today, let us check first your assignment about your illustration of polynomial functions.
Again, what was their assignment all about? Were you able to understand your assignment as well? Well, learners, clear your thoughts and bear with us today, for we will tackle another lesson, and that is polynomial functions. Do you remember when an expression is a polynomial? A polynomial is an expression of one or more algebraic terms, each of which consists of a constant multiplied by one or more variable raised to a non-negative integral power.
A polynomial function is a function of the form where n is a non-negative integer. These are real numbers called coefficients, numbers that appear in each term. This is the leading term. A sub n is the leading coefficient, and a sub 0 is the constant term, a number without a variable. The highest power of the variable of x is known to us as degree.
There are various types of polynomial functions based on the degree of the polynomial. The most common types are zero polynomial function or degree 0. We have p of x is equal to ax to the power of 0 and it is equal to a. Linear polynomial function, degree 1. This is in the form p of x is equal to ax to the power of 1 plus b or ax plus b. Quadratic polynomial function, degree 2. This is in the form p of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Cubic polynomial function, degree 3. In the form p of x is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. Quartic polynomial function. This is of degree 4. In the form p of x is equal to ax to the power of 4 plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus dx plus e, where a, b, c, d, and e are constants. Other than p of x, a polynomial function can be written in different ways, like the following. Take note, the terms in a polynomial may be written in any order. However, if they are written in decreasing power of x, then the polynomial function is written in standard form.
Let's have examples. Y is equal to 8x to the power of 4 minus 4x cubed plus 2x plus 22. If we have to write this polynomial function into standard form, we have to make sure that the powers of x is in decreasing order. We now have y is equal to 8x to the power of 4 minus 4x cubed plus 2x plus 22. This function shows a degree 4, since 4 is the highest power of the variable x. Since the degree of the polynomial is 4, then the type of function is called quartic. The leading term is 8x to the power of 4, which means that the leading coefficient is equal to 8, and the constant term is equal to 22. Another
example. Y equals 3x squared plus 6x cubed plus 2x. The standard form of this function is equal to y equals 6x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x. The degree of the polynomial is equal to 3. Since 3 is the degree, then the type of function is called cubic. The leading term is 6x cubed. The leading coefficient is equal to 6. And the constant term is equal to 0. Easy, right? Now, since you already learned polynomial functions, then it's time to get your activity sheet in this lesson and answer the given activity. Let us read the directions. Complete the table below. If the given is a polynomial function, give the standard form, degree, leading coefficient, and its constant term. If it's not a polynomial function, then just give the reason. Just take your time in answering the activities. Now, if you have questions or clarifications, you may contact the number of your teacher printed below your activity sheets. To end, just like polynomial functions, exponents are always whole and positive. Life needs these too. If we fill it with positive thoughts, then our life will attract good and positive things too. According to Paulo Coelho, when you want something, there are forces in the universe that will conspire and make it happen. Good luck and God bless everyone. Happy New Year!
Mabuti na mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap, edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na, halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay, isang tingin tungo sa tagumpay.
Why you look so sad? The tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess can make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. So if you're mad, get mad. Don't hold it all inside. Come on and talk to me now. Hey, what you got to hide? I get angry too. Well, I'm a lot like you. When you're standing at the crossroads and don't know which path to choose, let me come along. 'Cause even if you're wrong, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Take me into your darkest hour, and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you. And when the night falls on you, baby, you're feeling all alone. You won't be on your own. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Take me into your darkest hour, and I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Tanggap City, simply home. Tanggap City, simply home. This is our place, Tanggap City. There is so much you can see. A paradise from nature's best. It's a beauty among the rest. Rich in culture and history, it has a colorful festivity. One people in harmony, one people in great revelry. City is a place to be. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Gearing for progress and development. People remain focused to their commitment. Preserving the tradition of good values into Tanggub City, simply call our home. Tanggub City is proudly celebrating milestones and beyond. A never-ending celebration, a joy for everyone. Come and join us, let's all have fun. It's a legacy that we have done. A brighter future of our city is at hand. Brighter future, Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City, simply home. Tanggub City.
Kahit maraming problema, chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ang mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw na sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay.
Kahit maraming problema, chill ka lang, don't stop sa pag-eskwela. Kabataan, pag-asa ng ating bayan. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat ay magtutulungan. Ihanda na ang pisara, upuan at mga mesa. Ang pag-aaral ay simulan na. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ng mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina, sa school magsama-sama. Abutin ng mga pangarap, mayaman man o mahirap. Edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Halina, balik eskwela na. Halina at magkakaisa. Maghawak ng kamay, sumigaw ng sabay-sabay. Isang tinig tungo sa tagumpay. Halina.
We hope that you have learned the most essential lessons you need to master. See you on our next episodes. This has been Ang Tangkub.
It's Tangkub, Tangkub, Tangkub time. We learn all things, it's very fun, masaya.
Kung gusto mong maglingaw-lingaw, mga tawag magloling hayaw, mag-joyride na. Uba na ang imong barkada, silingan ug pamilya, mag-joyride na. Sination tang palibot, mga lugar sulod sa tanggob, mag-ubanta. Silang gato makilaw sa sanabog sa pulaw, laagon ta. Labi na yun sa huyuhoy, ug nang dapit daghan og kahoy, talan na. Maglibot tango, maglibot tango ta. Maglipay-lipay, magsakay-sakay tala. Makikiusa, makikigala, let's get together, make life feel better. Kung gusto ka og entertainment, for fun and for enjoyment, no problem ka. Sinanduloy among pambato, kumusayo smart kaayo, believe jud ka. Panahon sad sa Disyembre, super gid ka aligre, malingaw gid ka. Fireworks display daghang ganahan, musidlak sa kalangitan, mapawag gid ka. Christmas symbols, capital of the Philippines. Dinira na ninyo makita, friends, diba? Diri sa tango, maglibot tango ta. Maglipay-lipay, magsakay-sakay tala. Magkikiusa, makikigala, let's get together, make life feel better. Makita, friends, diba? Hapit sa tango, maglibot tango ta. Maglipay-lipay, magsakay-sakay tala. Maglibot tango, maglibot tango ta. Maglibot tango, maglibot tango ta. Maglibot tango, maglibot tango ta. Makikiusa, makikigala, let's get together, make life feel better.
TV, mag-aral ng maigi to get the lesson.